Congressman from South Carolina, Representative Jeff Duncan.
Well, I want to thank the chairman. Thanks for having this People's Night to take the opportunity to speak to the American people about really what has become a lot of frustrations when they elected a Republican House and a Republican Senate. In fact, I did a town hall last night, a teletown hall, and a number of comments and questions that I had was, why can't you guys get more bills to the president's desk? And I had to explain that there is a 60-vote filibuster, the modern filibuster 60-vote threshold over in the Senate. And I had to explain what a modern filibuster rule is in the Senate. You know, a senator from the great state of South Carolina actually filibustered on the floor, spoke for 48 hours without stopping, without sitting down. He held the floor of the Senate to make a point for 48 hours. Now, that's the traditional filibuster that you hear about. But today, in the 21st century, when we hear that a senator has filed a filibuster and there is a 60-vote threshold to get over, what that means is a senator's just put their name on a bill and said it's a filibuster, and they don't have to go down and utter a single word, stand on the floor for a single minute. In fact, they can go to Charlie Palmer's and have a steak and call it a filibuster. America, this is wrong. Now, I had a conversation with some Senate staff today because I think they ought to change their Senate rules. And they said, well, the senator, and it's a senator that I respect a lot, said the senator disagrees with your position. And they pointed out that the Senate filibuster rule, the 60-vote threshold, has helped Republicans in the past stop bad legislation. They said it stopped amnesty. I said, well, hold on right there. Amnesty actually passed. The Gang of Eight bill passed, and we failed to bring it up in the House. We stopped it on the House side. They said, well, it stopped gun control and a lot of other things. And I said, yeah, but it's keeping right now a lot of good things from making it at the president's desk. America gave us this majority, and they really expect us to pass bills out that reflect the Republican principles, morals, values, and convictions of the electorate that sent us here and gave us this majority. They expect us to pass bills out of Congress and send them to the president's desk. Then the president can do whatever he wants to with those bills, but I think if he vetoes them, then America sees the dichotomy between a Republican governance and a Democrat president. Now, the Senate rules. They're not in this book. This is the United States Constitution. It's a pocket copy that I carry with me. You can't find the Senate rules in this. It does say that each body, the House and the Senate, make their own rules to govern what goes on here. But they're not spelled out in this document. And it's time for Mitch McConnell and the Republicans over in the Senate to actually have a come to Jesus meeting and really talk about what is stifling the Republican work. When the Republican electorate in this country gave us the majority and expect us to do the work. Now, I want to shift gears for just a minute because this is the People's Night. I want to talk about something that's on the minds of the American people, and that's safety and security of our nation. The national security issues in the wake of the Paris terrorist attacks, in the wake of the Lebanon bombing, in the wake of a lot of things that we're seeing with stabbings and other things going on by ISIS primarily. But you could throw Boko Haram and some others that are committing acts of terror into the mix as well. Americans are concerned about their safety and security of our nation. And just this afternoon, I chair the Western Hemisphere Subcommittee on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Just this afternoon, it was revealed that the Honduran police stopped 5 Syrians that were carrying falsified passports, falsified Greek passports, and they had flown all over Latin America before they got to Honduras. They were headed north of the Guatemalan border. If they were headed north of the Guatemalan border, it tells me they were going to take advantage of our porous southern border, like many others have, to enter into this country. We don't know why. But what we do know is 5 Syrians traveled to Honduras on fake Greek passports and were apprehended by the police. You know, people are criticizing Republicans for wanting to hit pause on the Syrian refugee program. And they're saying you don't have compassion. Well, let me tell you, you don't lock the door because you hate the people on the outside. You lock the door because you love the people on the inside. We have to protect America. That's what we're charged to do. When we raise our hand and swear an oath to the Constitution to uphold it and defend this great country, we are charged as members of Congress to protect this great nation, first and foremost. So I want to thank the gentleman for some leniency. I want to continue to speak on behalf of the American people, and it's time for Mitch to get moving on some bills that are Republican bills over in the Senate. And so with that, I